Thank you very much. I'd like to call the meeting to order this morning and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Inuit, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Brent McIntyre, and I'll be chairing the meeting this morning. Diane Knight is one of our panel members zooming in. Richard Whitford is sitting to my left. Our assessor today is Ryan Valderrama, and our hearing secretary is Stephen Blunt. To the Zoom participants of the hearing, please note you are placed in the waiting room until your property is called upon. When it is your turn, you'll be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along on the City of Winnipeg's Border Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the hearing, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing has concluded, you can leave the meeting. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. Matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the Board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the Board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the Board's decisions by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 1 through 8 on our docket today. Mr. Lund, please affirm the assessors and applicants' testimony. Thank you very much.
Mr. Assessor, please state your full name.
Ryan Valderrama.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And Mr. Applicant, if you please stand. Please state your full name.
Marcelo Navarro.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you.
Chair, I'm going to check on the screen very quickly.
Okay. Richard, I think you're on yesterday's hearing.
No, that's the address for today. Why would you say that?
Because it's a different applicant.
980 Archibald Street.
No,
960
that
Archibald
was
Street.
yesterday.
It's number 8.
Yeah, 1501 waiver.
Okay, our screen is okay.
Where did this come from?
I think that she would be.
He's on yesterday's hearing.
Yeah, let me
Oh, okay.
sorry, I'll get back in here in a second. September 7th is where I was. Let's try this again. Thank you. Oh, jeez. Good ones. I wouldn't know what that was.
Are there, and this goes to both parties, are there any preliminary issues that the Board should be made aware of? Ryan?
None. None, Mr. Chair.
Marcelo? Yeah. Okay, we'll proceed with the first property. It's 1501 Waverly, and Ryan, you can start your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me just pull up the file here. The first property has a file number 22-3257, 3257. It has a roll number of 03066287600. It is located at 1501 Waverly Street. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using reference date of April 1st, 2021. The assessed value for the property is $558,000. It is classified as an other property with a taxable liability. It is a cemetery with single-story building with 3 sections. Its effective years built is 1968 to 1990. It has an average wall height of 11 feet to 13 feet. It has a land area of 426,801 square feet, a planned area of 15,883 square feet, and a gross floor area of 15,883 square feet. Excuse me. On page 2 are some of the photos of the subject property. On the next page, page 3, I do have the cost valuation summary. As a replacement cost new building of $2,362,798, and accrued depreciation of $2,003,798, giving it a depreciated cost of the building of about $359,000. Has a depreciated cost for the detached structures of $3,000, giving it a total depreciated cost for buildings of $362,000. Has a land assessment value of $196,000, making it a total assessment of $558,000. Right below it is a cost summary by building section. And then on the next page, page 4, I do have some land sales comparables. And comparable 1 is located at 1450 Waverly Street. It has a sale price per square foot of about $10.65. Next comparable is located at 55 Falls Boulevard. Has a sale price per square foot of $15.87 per square foot. Excuse me. Comparable 3 is located on Moray Street. Has a sale price per square foot of $7.47. Comparable 4 is located on Hutchings Street. Has a sale price per square foot of $6.89. And the last comparable is located at 200 New Market Boulevard, which has a sale price per square foot of about $14.90 per square foot. On pages 6 to 8, this is where the cost report is for the subject property, and that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
I have no questions.
Diane, any questions?
Thank you.
No questions.
Richard?
Thank you.
Thanks.
And
Thank
I
you.
have no questions. So Marcelo, you can proceed.
We'll be asking for confirmation.
Let me just get there. Brian, do you have any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Diane?
No questions.
Richard?
None, thanks.
And I have no questions. So that concludes that property. The next one is 4,000 Portage Avenue. And Ryan, you can proceed.
I'll
Okay,
just-
mine's just opening.
Oh, right. Sorry, Diane.
It's just opening. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. We're good to go.
Okay, Ryan.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The next property has a file number of 22-3243, 3243. Has a roll number of 07569028700. It is located at 4,000 Portage Avenue. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using reference date of April 1st, 2021. The assessed value for the property is $4,707,000. It's classified as other property with a taxable liability. The property is a cemetery with single story and 8 sections for the building. It has an effective years built of 1957 to 2018. It has an average wall height of 9 feet to 10 feet. It has a land area of 2,639,800 square feet, a planned area of 50,681 square feet, and a gross floor area of 55,934 square feet. On page 2 and page 3 are the photos of the subject property. On page 4, we have a cost valuation summary. The replacement cost new for the building is $6,061,457. Accrued depreciation for the building is $2,632,457, giving it a depreciated cost for the building of about $3,429,000. Another depreciated cost for the detached structures is valued at $66,000, giving it a total depreciated cost for all building and detached structures of about $3,495,000. This assessed with a land value of $1,212,000, giving it a total value of $4,707,000. Page 5 are Page 5 is the cost summary by building section, and on page 6, I do have land sale comparables. The first comparable is located on McPhillips Street, has about a sale price per square foot of 71 cents. Comparable 2 is located on Pipeline Road, has a sale price per square foot of about 46 cents. Comparable 3 is located another one on Pipeline Road, has a sale price of 47 cents per square foot. Comparable 4, you have it is located at 2729 McPhillips Street. Its sale price per square foot is about 54 cents. And last comparable is located at 150 Division Avenue, has a sale price per square foot of about 86 cents per square foot. Next page, I do have the detached structures, and then the land valuation, land and building and summaries. On pages 8 to page 13 are the cost reports. And on page 14, the top part is the new building addition effective 2019. And that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
No, there are no questions.
Diane?
No questions.
And
Sorry, no
Richard?
questions.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you.
And I have no questions. So Marcelo, you're up.
We'll be asking for confirmation.
Okay. Any questions, Ryan?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Diane?
No questions.
Richard?
No, thank you.
And I have no questions. The next property is 1897 Henderson Highway, and Ryan, you can start your.
Just pull it up. Okay, everyone's on it. Okay, I'm gonna start. This next property has a file number 22-3256. It has a roll number of 040023444500. It is located at 1897 Henderson Highway. Has a roll year of 2023. We're using the reference date of April 1st, 2021. The property has an assessed value of $1,117,000. It is classified as another property with a taxable liability. The property is a funeral home with 2 stories and 1 section for the building. Its effective year built is 1977 with an average wall height of 10 feet. Has a land area of 58,426 square feet, a plan area of 9,394 square feet, with a gross floor area of 13,244 square feet. On page 2 are a couple of aerial photos of the subject property. Page 3 is the cost valuation summary. On page 4 are the land sale comparables. The first comparable is located at 2033 Henderson Highway. Its sale price per square foot is $36.54. The next comparable is located at 789 McLeod Avenue. Has a sale price per square foot of $23.86. And the next comparable 3, is located at 1265 Lila Avenue. It has a sale price per square foot of $11.21. And the last comparable is located on Pegwee Street. Excuse me. It has a sale price per square foot of $16.09. Page 5 are some of the details of the detached structure, land valuation, classification and liability allocation, building and land and building summary. On pages 6 to 7 is where the cost report is for the subject property. And that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
No questions.
Diane?
Thank you.
Oh. Diane's muted.
Great. No questions.
Richard?
No questions.
No question.
And I have no questions. Marcello?
And we're asking.
And Ryan, any questions of Marcelo?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Diane? Oh, she's muted.
No questions.
And Richard?
No questions.
And I have no questions. So that concludes 1897 Henderson Highway. The next 3 are the same roll number. Ryan, I'll just ask you, the assessment for 2021 and 2022 for this property, are they the same?
Let me just double check. I think they are. Just checking my files here. Yep, looks like they are. Yes, they are, Mr. Chair.
Because the only reason I ask is that on the first one, you're showing the roll year to be 2022.
Yes, that's correct.
And on the second one, you're showing the roll year to be 2022.
2021 and 2022. I think I corrected that one, Mr. Chair. I sent in a different one.
An update?
Yeah, because on my file here it says 2021 for the roll year. It's the roll number that ends 2700, correct, Mr. Chair?
Yeah, and file number 3027.
Yeah, 3027. I do have here a 2021 as the roll year, Mr. Chair. So I guess yeah, I forwarded a correction on that one, Mr. Chair.
I guess we didn't get it, but we'll just take 4 and 5 together.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Right, so you just need to go through. You have to read the file numbers and the assessed value and the details. But the second one, you can just. We'll take it as read.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, you can proceed. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the next files, if I may read through, the file numbers are 22-3027. And the other file number is file number 22-3028. Open up the details. Okay, the roll number for those file numbers that were mentioned, 22-3027 and 22-3028. The roll number is 12097-612700. has no civic address. We're dealing with the roll year of 2021 for the file number ending 3027 and 2022 for the file number ending 3028. Both have reference dates of April 1st, 2018. Both have assessed value of $7,040,000. It is classified as other property and a taxable liability. We're dealing with the railroad property here with single story and 5 sections. Its effective years built is between 1960 to 1991. Has a land area of 249,163 square feet, a planned area of 45,924 square feet, a gross floor area of 50,772 square feet. And on page 2, I do have the aerial photos of the subject property. And on page 4, I do have the cost valuation summary. The replacement cost new of the building is $7,947,848. It has an accrued depreciation of $2,438,848, giving it a depreciated cost of about $5,509,000. Has a land value of $1,531,000, giving it a total assessed value of $7,040,000. On the next page, page 5, are the land sale comparables. Comparable 1 is located at 425 Oak Point Highway. Has a sale price per square foot of about $13.59. Comparable 2 is located at 20 Guy Savoie Drive. Excuse me. Its sale price per square foot is about $5.96. Comparable 3 is located at 65 Hyde Avenue, has a sale price per square foot of $6.57. And the last comparable is located at 733 Lajimori Boulevard. It has a sale price per square foot of $3.63 per square foot. On page 7, I have the cost report going down until page 9. And on page 11, I have attached a Municipal Assessment Act for Railway, Roadway Property, Pipeline Property, and Gas Distribution System 2020 regulation. Going down up to page 13. And that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
No.
Diane?
No questions.
And Richard?
No questions, thanks.
And I have no questions. Now, Marcelo, I note that there's no brief submitted by Altus.
There was, I believe, was there a requester that they will in on this. We're requesting that they involve in this.
On both files,
Yes.
because we don't have a written request.
I may have just missed it.
Oh, okay.
There is another one at the end, which I also did submit one more.
Diane, any questions?
No, no questions.
Sorry, Ryan, any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Richard?
No questions.
And I have no questions. So you've requested confirmation on both 3027 and 3028. That's correct. Thank you very much. Now, the next file number is 22-1642. It's the same roll number as the previous 2 files. And Ryan, you can start your presentation. This is the 2023 roll.
That's correct, Mr. Chair. Thank you. The next property has a file number of 22-1642. Same roll number as the previous one, 120-976-12700. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023 using reference date of April 1st, 2021. The assessed value for the property is $6,873,000. It is classified as another property with a liability of grantable or grant. It is a railroad property with single story and 5 sections. Has effective years built of 1960 to 1991. Has a land area of 249,163 square feet, a planned area of 45,924 square feet, and a gross floor area of 50,772 square feet. Pages 2 to 3 are the aerial photos of the subject property. Page 4, you have the cost valuation summary. The replacement cost new for the building is $8,701,995. It has an accrued depreciation of $3,057,995, giving it a depreciated cost for the buildings of about $5,644,000. It has a land value of $1,229,000, giving it a total value of $6,873,000. And on page 5 are some land sale comparables. Comparable 1 is located at 425 Oak Point Highway. It was sold, or its sale price per square foot was about $13.59. The next comparable is located at 20 Guy Savoie Drive. It has sale price per square foot of $5.96. Comparable 3 is located at 65 Hyde Avenue. It has a sale price per square foot of $6.57. Comparable 4 is located at 733 Lagimodier Boulevard. It was sold, or it has a sale price of per square foot of $3.63. And the same property got resold a few years after. The sale price per square foot is about $4.87. On page 7, page 9 are the cost report for the subject property. And I've also attached the railway, roadway property, pipeline property, and gas distribution systems regulation for 2020 on pages 11 to page 13. And that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
Just a couple. You walked through this property?
No, I wasn't able to.
Okay. And are you adjusting for any other influences or any other issues on land other than what you've listed here? Are there any adjustments on the land?
No other adjustments, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay. And you're aware that the comparables that you used do have are essentially buildable lots, correct?
I'm unsure of the question, Mr. Chair.
Can you develop on that, really?
Any land is developable, Mr. Chair, in my opinion.
Okay, well, you've got at least 2 that are in industrial areas, like St. Boniface Industrial Park. In terms of ours, that has no services, no roads, there would be no adjustment for that.
Well, I do have the one on Hyde. It has no sewer, no water, no service, and it has a rail line too. And it's sold for $6.57 per square foot. So there could be a downward adjustment on that one, if we compare it to the subject property.
Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Diane,
Mr. Chair.
any questions?
No questions.
Thank you.
Richard?
None, thanks.
So the ones on in NCA 540 Symington Yards, are they actually in Symington Yards?
I'm not aware of until where the Symington Yards extend to. However, I do think that it may not be inside the yard. It's called the NCA. It's the neighborhood, Mr. Chair. It's just the
Okay,
neighborhood. Mhm.
Thank you. That was my only question. And
Thank you, Mr.
Marcelo,
Chair.
I understand you have a presentation for this?
Yeah.
Okay, you can proceed with your presentation.
Okay, again, there's no civic address on this. This is roll 12097612700, file number 221642. This is via Rail Canada, and the current assessment is $6,873,000. On page 2, you'll see the sections in our brief regarding the intended use of the report and the intended user. On page 4, the scope of the work, the external inspection information. I was able to walk into this site and get an inspection along with a Via Rail representative. Unfortunately, after the submission. So hypothetical condition, and sorry, that date is wrong. Hypothetical condition on page 5 and extraordinary assumptions and limiting conditions. Property site map on page 6 and the property photos on page 7. And on page 8, you can see our property land improvements description. So this is essentially a heavy industrial building set up as a maintenance shop. It was originally planned to, and this is again according to the information I got on my inspection. Originally, it was intended to allow for the maintenance of engines as well as rail cars. Unfortunately, they've had a lot of problems with their HVAC systems, so they can no longer repair rail engines in this location. They are actually repaired at Montreal location. They do repair the rail cars here. The property itself is quite large. It has cranes inside. It has, like you see in many garage shops, you'll see an underground section where they are able to get access to the underside of the rail cars. Those are all built into this property. That's why it's classified as a heavy industrial property. And in terms of its general condition, I mean, the general condition is I would say fair, given that it's always open to the elements. So but for the most part, the property is open. They are allowed to drive in rail cars, obviously, but for the most part, as I said, they can't repair engines. They can only repair the rail cars. We've also gone with the cost approach, and you can see our summary here on page 12 of the maintenance shop. And on page 13 of the drop pitch shed. One thing that I can tell you about my inspection in the of this location, the drop pitch shed is no longer usable. So it is a property that we originally valued, but that is no longer used by Via Rail. So the maintenance shop obviously is used. The other small structures, the steam shop, and the next few buildings are still usable, although they have very small values in comparison to the maintenance shop. So in total, my replacement cost me less depreciated Replacement cost new is 9,547,512. Less depreciation is 5,172,228. So we have a land value that we've looked at. We've looked at some land sales. Some of these are more recent, some of these are older. And again, the same problem exists with our interpretation of this is that we have land sales of properties that have services. They are effectively what we would call a buildable, developable property or shovel ready. You can use one of many terms for these things. The difference with our property is that the land itself has no services. So it has no sewer lines, it has no water lines, and it also has no other infrastructure. So it has no drainage, and it has no streets in it. And those are important factors that you would have to account for. And in fact, I think we were high on the land value, but this is what we've gone with. So in total, our value is 6,521,500 rounded, 6,522,000 rounded. And that is my presentation.
Thank you. Ryan, any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Diane?
No questions.
Richard?
No questions.
Well, I have a question. So you're showing the land size to be 359,806 square feet, correct?
Okay.
Page 17.
Be the last page in here.
And they have 209. Well, then I've greatly overestimated that value.
Well, and the assessor's at 249,163.
Yeah. I'm not sure who's right here, actually. If you don't mind, could we take a 5-minute? I can do a search online just to make sure who is actually right on this.
Okay, we can take a 5-minute recess. Are you okay with that, Ryan?
Yeah, that's fine, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. We'll reconvene the hearing for file number 22-1642. And I believe we were getting confirmation, Marcelo, of the size.
Yeah, it's correct. It is 249,163 square feet.
Thank you. And that leads me to my next question. You picked a land rate of 375 per square foot, yet your median is 573.
Right.
And the range is $4.18 to $6.28 per square foot.
Right.
On what basis are you reducing that to 375?
So the first one would be size difference. The next ones would be services. So the water, the sewer, the drainage, the streets.
So these comparisons that you've listed in the table, all vacant industrial,
Are all shovel ready.
including the one on Oak Point Highway, because you don't reference the water and sewer frontage.
There is water and sewer along Oak Point.
Okay, that was my only series of questions, I guess. So that concludes file number.
So I do have a further question.
Oh, okay, Dan.
If we're changing the square footage, are we then changing the value that the applicant is asking for? Like, if his
So-
calculations are based on the 359,000 square feet.
Yeah, so effectively the building would stay the same because nothing has changed there. So the replacement cost new less depreciation of the building would be 5,172,028. The land value based on $3.75 would be 934,000 361. So the total would be 6,106,589 or 6,107,000 rounded.
Thank you.
Thank you. So sorry about that. That concludes this file number 22-1642. And the next property is file number 22-3194. And Ryan, you can proceed with your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Next property has a file number of 22-3194. It has a roll number of 12097624500. We're dealing with the roll year of 2023. Using reference date of April 1st, 2021, the assessed value for the property is $652,000. The property is classified as other property with a liability of grant. It is a railroad property, and I believe this is the actual spur line. On page 2, we'll see that there's a depreciated cost for the detached structures, which is the actual track. It's valued at $652,000. Pages 3 and 4 are the aerial photos. And on page 6 is the cost report. It indicates a rail track outside row, which has 13,728 lineal feet valued at, or assessed at $47.46 per lineal foot, I should mention. And on pages 8 to 10, this is where I attached the Municipal Assessment Act, Railway, Roadway Property, Pipeline Property, and Gas Distribution Systems for regulation for 2020. It indicates how a railway or roadway property and the track is assessed, or how it should be assessed based on this statute. And that's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
Not anything that pertains to the value of the property, but I just did have one question to inquire regarding the information that you put at the end of your brief regarding the regulation. Are you aware if there is a special classification for railway?
I'm not sure of the question. You mean, what does a special classification mean? I'm not.
So,
I'm not sure of that. No.
A classification for railways, as opposed to just other or something else.
No, I'm not aware of it.
So there is.
Or I don't have that information on my evidence.
Okay. That was my question.
Thank you. Diane, any questions?
No questions.
Richard?
None, thank you.
And I have no questions. So Marcelo, you can take your presentation.
We are going to ask for confirmation. We were going to withdraw this appeal. However, we never have, I guess, notification in time. We still haven't, so we have to get it confirmed.
You haven't got notification of this hearing?
No, of the withdrawal of our request to withdraw from the owner.
Oh, I see. So you're requesting a confirmation?
Yeah.
Ryan, any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Diane?
No questions.
Richard?
None.
And I have no questions. So that brings us to the last property on the docket. File number 22-1643. And just let me get there. And Ryan, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The file number for this property is 22-1643. It has a roll number of 120-976-17000. It has a roll year of 2023. Using the reference date of April 1st, 2021, the assessed value for the property is $2,770,000. The property is classified as other property with a grant liability. The property is a railroad property with a single-story and three-section building. Its effective years built is between 1962 to 1983. Has an average wall height of about 8 feet to 10 feet. Has a land area of 209,088 square feet. Has a plan area of 830 square feet, a gross floor area of 830 square feet. Page 2 are a couple of aerial photos of the subject property. Page 3 is a cost valuation summary. The replacement cost for the building is $45,114, and it has an accrued depreciation of $35,114, giving it a depreciated cost for the building of $10,000. The land value for this property is $2,760,000, giving it a total assessed value of $2,770,000. On page 5 are some land sale comparables. The first one is located at 228 King Street. Has a sale price per square foot of $30.76 per square foot. The second comparable is located at 325 Elgin Avenue. It has a sale price per square foot of $83.51. The next comparable 3, is located at 265 Princess Street. Has a sale price per square foot of $18.33. And the last comparable is located at 265 Princess Street. It got resold a few years after for about $53.61 per square foot. And on page 7 to page 8 are the 2023 cost report. And again, I've attached the railway, roadway property, pipeline property, and gas distribution system regulation for 2020, beginning page 10 to page 12. That's my presentation, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Marcelo, any questions?
Yes. Again, you've attached the regulation, but really this is being valued as land, industrial, it's being valued as land as opposed to lineal feet of railway, correct?
Almost at the entire assessment, yes, with an exception of the structure, which was almost depreciated at about $10,000.
Okay. And I can see by your comparables that you've gone with comparables in terms of zoning, not in terms of size, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, would you say that a property in Chinatown is comparable to the subject?
I would say the subject is located in a more superior location compared to the comparables that I have.
So the subject you're saying is superior.
In terms of how it is located on Main Street, I believe this is located on Main Street, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is on Main Street almost.
And
At the back of the station.
You'll acknowledge also that none of that area has been developed in any way, and there are no services in place, and the subject is also quite a bit larger, correct?
I'm not aware of the services. I don't have that information with me, but in terms of the size, yes, the subject is way bigger than my comparables.
Okay. And do you know of any development applications or anything regarding the future use of these lands?
for the
talking
comparables.
For the subject.
Future use, I believe, in my opinion, it is hypothetical, so I'm not even considering if there is any application for future use.
Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Diane, any questions?
No questions at this time.
Richard?
No questions.
I have maybe a couple of questions. So this property, is this the Via Rail station?
I believe, Mr. Chair, it's the back portion. Let me just check the property here. The picture indicates the back section, I believe. York Avenue. Yeah, it extends all the way north of York Avenue. And it's the back part of the Union Station, Mr. Chair. It's not the actual Union Station.
So it's just
Based on the picture, sorry, based on the picture around the second picture.
You see that right here?
Oh, yes, I see it.
That's the building.
The page 2, sorry, Mr. Chair, page 2. The
Yeah,
bottom
I'm on
picture.
page 2.
Mhm.
And the site extends all the way to Pioneer Avenue?
Pioneer Avenue, I believe so, Mr. Chair.
So in fact, they're
It's
not.
just a small part, yes.
Okay, that was my only questions. Marcelo, you can make the presentation.
Okay, and again, we.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We don't have a civic address here. The roll number is 1209767 1700. And this is again via Rail Canada. The site is 209,088 square feet. The realty assessment is 2,770,000. And on page 3, you can see the intended use of the report, the intended user, the scope of the work, hypothetical conditions, like extraordinary assumptions and limiting conditions, photographs showing the general area. Yeah, what we have access to doesn't give us the rate breakup in terms of the land. I believe the city uses, or the assessor uses a slightly different system that we have access, that we don't have access to. So this is 208,888 zone character. If we go to page 11, we can see our cost summary report on the buildings. And on page 13, we have the replacement cost new is 49,935, and less depreciation, that's 9,986,000. Sorry. $9,986. On page 14, you can see our land value. So in choosing these, we had the question was whether to go with zoning as the assessor has, or to try and find properties that may be suitable at a larger size. And there are not much for larger properties in the downtown. So we tried to get as large as possible. The average was 1593. We brought it down to 1195. And again, that's size, but really we're also accounting for that lack of services that we've talked about: the roads, the drainage, the water and sewer and services. So our land value is 2,486,652, added to the 9,986 for the buildings, and we get a rounded value of 2,487,000. That's it.
Thank you. Ryan, any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Diane,
So again, the land square footage is different. You're saying 208,000 and Ryan is saying 209,000.
That is probably just a typo mistake on my part.
208 value rounds out to what you've said there. 2,486,000.
Okay, it actually should be 2,498,000 for the land. 2,498,602.
so 2,499 then.
2,499,000, correct. Plus 99,86, that's 2,509,000 rounded.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, Diane?
No.
Richard, any
I have
questions?
none, thanks.
The only question I had was the original sum of replacement cost, new less depreciation plus land. That only led to the land value originally.
What page are you on?
Let me get back there.
What page is that? Sorry.
I just gotta find it.
Because I do a summary of the land on page 14 only. And then I add the buildings. If you see at the bottom, you can see replacement cost and less depreciation plus land value is equal to that.
Except when on that bottom calculation. Not rounded, you came to 2,496,638 or 2,487,000 round.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But we fixed it. I was just, that was gonna be my question is how did you get to that?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. That actually should have been.
Well, don't worry about it because you fixed it with the
Yeah.
calculation.
No, but I see what you're saying there because I have the total value there as 2,496,638. That should have been rounded to 2,497,000, not 2,487,000.
Right, okay. Okay, that concludes this property. Any need for summation, both parties?
I'll make a summation.
Brian, do you want to make a summation?
I just wanted to make a comment or a summation regarding the regulation. Railway properties usually are in terms of valuation or assessment, they are being according to statute. Specifically on page 11 and 12, I do have them attached, and that's how we should assess the properties with regard to railways. If it's a railway or the actual track, there's a clear valuation on how much it is. And in terms of the land assessment on point 3 on page 11, there's also a methodology that was indicated there on how we should assess the value of the land where the roadways or the railways are. And I think that's all that I wanted to say as a summation.
Okay, thank you very much. And Marcelo.
Okay, 2 points. First of all, regulated land, especially railway land, is supposed to have a specific classification tied to it, which these properties don't. That's one thing that I noticed as an error in the assessors' assessments is that they often have class 60 grant, which is correct. I mean, the tax liability is correct, but the classification is not correct. when there is a regulated railway, meaning that they are using the regulated lineal rates, then that proper classification should be tied to it. Regardless of that, the two properties that we looked at were not effectively railway properties, having the regulated rate, lineal rates. As you can see in the assessor's evidence, he was providing comparables using industrial lands or character of zoned lands in the downtown. So clearly the argument of regulated lands is an issue. Second of all, in terms of services, our sentiment is that the assessor is simply not adjusting for those services that are not in place. So those would be significant costs, and they include the water, the sewer, the drainage, and more importantly, the roads that all of those other properties that are used as comparables have in place for the most part. So we're not talking about shovel ready versus shovel ready in this case. And that's one point that I was trying to make for my presentations.
Okay, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have heard all of the items scheduled today, and this hearing is now adjourned.